Hey everyone, welcome to Brick Vault. I'm sitting in kind of a funny position because we zoomed the camera in a bit because there's a build right next to me that I don't want you guys to see, or I don't want you to see too easily. I did leave the corner of it in there just so you guys can guess in the comments below what you think it might be. But anyways, lots of things did happen in the world of LEGO this week. This is, by the way, the weekly news update episode. There is the Disney Collectible Minifigure Series 2 images out. New Spider-Man set images are out. A Darth Vader bust has been revealed. It's being distributed in kind of an interesting way. Lots of new things. Also a new idea set got 10,000 votes of support. Okay, we're gonna get into everything, but first, what did we put up in the web store this week? Alrighty, and this is technically not a new build that went up in the web store, but we never made a video about it until now, and that is the UCS Ultimate Collector Series Cylon Raider from David Duperron. It's built to match it, I think, the exact scale to fit with his Colonial Viper, and this is basically just a great combination of some amazing slope pieces mixed with Technic, some subtle archways, and a ton of thick bricks in the middle. This is a very heavy model. You can pick up the instructions at our web store. That's www.brickvault.toys. All the support from you guys is greatly appreciated, and we work with designers all around the world trying to make a new build every single week, just about. All right, before jumping into the top two stories, I just wanted to say very quickly that the latest wave of Spider-Man sets currently available is roughly 20% off on Amazon. One or two of them might be 10% off. Personally, I think the Spider Crawler set and Spider-Man vs. Venom mech set, those were my favorite from the wave. And now, which one do we jump into first? The new Disney Collectible Minifigure Series or the images for the new Spider-Man wave? Specifically, this is the Spider-Man Far From Home wave. The movie is going to be out this summer, and so will the sets just a little bit earlier. There are 3 in total, and let's start off going by set number. This is Molten Man Battle 76128. It's got 294 pieces and comes with Spider-Man, Mysterio, and a firefighter. Well, it is Molten Man. Spider-Man, first off, I can't believe that's what he looks like in this. He feels like a Mission Impossible version of Spider-Man right now. He's like super incognito, so I find that kind of interesting, especially because they call him Spider-Man. This isn't a different character. Also, the look for Mysterio here is awesome. Based on this picture, or set of pictures that you're going to be seeing throughout all this reveal, it almost feels like they've intentionally blurred Mysterio's face, like through Photoshop, but I think that is actually just the print on the minifigure head, if I had to take a guess. Similar to how the character in the comics look. The firefighter looks like a regular old firefighter, and then the build for Molten Man has got some really interesting pieces used. Honestly, the build style feels pretty basic. Kind of brings me back to the first wave of Nexo Knights, only he's a little bit bigger than a lot of those creatures. But the recoloration of that Molten piece is now not trans orange with black printing on top, but now it's got gold, which is so cool. Ultimately, I like all the street stuff that's kind of sticking out of them, and this is going to retail for $30. Next up is the Hydro Man Attack set number 76129, 471 pieces, and that is going to be a $40 build. It comes with Peter Parker, MJ, Mysterio, and Hydro Man. Also, another great look for Spider-Man. I like the mask halfway off of his head with the little eye print on the top. That's excellent. MJ's looking relatively basic, well, especially compared to the rest of the figs. Mysterio, I feel like, is the same as the other set. And Hydro Man has an excellent set of prints for both the face and the body. Also, the general water build that wraps around him and kind of attaches to those weird layered slope pieces looks great all around. You can definitely tell this takes place somewhere in Europe and not in the States, that's for sure. Wait a second, that totally looks like Venice. Wait a second, is that the Rialto Bridge? Nah, maybe not. Anyways, it was definitely the gondola that gave it away. And then jumping into the last set, this is Stark Jet and the Drone Attack set 76130, 504 pieces and an alleged $70. Just seems kind of strange to see a large build like that coming with that pretty stark color combination, hardly a color combination. It's pretty much all white. Anyways, we get a Spider-Man that looks like the regular Spider-Man. Happy Hogan, who seems to be a pretty straight-laced dude in a suit, and we get Nick Fury, who's probably got the best prints for Nick Fury so far, and then Mysterio for a third time. So I like that you get Mysterio in all three sets. I think he's the most interesting, and of course he is like the main bad guy, so that makes sense, and that's kind of cool that you get him in all three sets. The drones look sort of interesting. I don't really know what else to say, and personally I'm looking forward to the Hydro Man attack set more than any of the other ones. Now for the number 2, or equally as interesting and fun thing to show off for this week, are all of the new Disney collectible minifigures for the next series, Series 2. By the way, that last information came from Alan Tran at thebrickfan.com, as well as Playzone, a Ukrainian site, and I got these images for the collectible series at Brickset. Going in order, number 1 and number 2 are Mickey Mouse and Minnie Mouse. They are the exact same figs, it looks like, from the LEGO Ideas set, though their legs look white this time and not silver, so they could actually be slightly different from the Ideas set. Personally, I think silver is cooler. I don't really think slight alts on existing minifigs for a collectible series is that cool. Then the next 4 in line are Scrooge McDuck, Huey, Dewey, and Louie. These are the guys from DuckTales. Scrooge McDuck is by far the coolest. He comes with a 10-cent piece that looks to be minted in the year 1875. He's got his cane, a top hat, and some basic printing to look sort of like a smoking jacket. It's not actually his smoking jacket though. This is sort of what he normally wore. Huey looks to be holding onto a compass or a map. Maybe that's a map with a north insignia there. Dewey has a slingshot. I'm pretty sure that is Bart Simpson's slingshot. I haven't actually looked at the old mold. And Louie has just a regular flashlight. Interesting throwback. These really are classic characters, though I can't say I watched much of DuckTales back in the day. The same sort of goes for these also super classic Disney characters. We've got Chip and Dale. They were in a ton of cartoons for a long time. I think they had a couple of their own movies. I believe these two little chipmunks are brothers. And anyways, Chip has an acorn, which is a really fun accessory. I don't know what that little piece is that makes up the main body of the acorn piece, but that's an awesome little accessory, and Dale has a bag. What I think is really excellent here that LEGO did is the molds between Chip and Dale's heads are actually different. I love that a lot. Then the next 2 figs are from Aladdin, not including Aladdin because we already got him. We've got Jasmine, of course, with her white dove, and Jafar with a pretty good looking print for the face. Remember, everything's Lego-ified, and here I think he just has a lot of good pieces that make up his character. The headpiece is awesome. That staff, that snake staff, looks surprisingly like the one from Ninjago, though I do think the mold is a little different. And then these 2 that are up next, I really wasn't expecting to see, at least not so soon. We've got Hercules and Hades. It's hard to Lego-ify the subtle expressions, I think, on this guy, but the print for his shield is awesome. The cape is great. The print for the body is awesome, but really Hades is the cool looking one here. His face looks so good. They reused the Ghost Rider flaming head skull mold, except this time they did it with blue flame instead of the regular trans orange. The mold for the snake-like or octopus-like or smoke-like torso looks good. Now moving on, this is no surprise whatsoever. We've got Elsa and Anna. Elsa's hairpiece looks amazing. Also the cape piece for her is great. She's got good looking prints that go along the arm. No complaints here. This is just a good looking minifigure all around. That icicle piece, or the giant snowflake piece, feels a little bit large and wonky in her hands, while Anna I think is just a little bit more appropriate with the lantern there. Her hairpiece is also pretty darn good looking, and she has a custom cape piece as well, or who knows, maybe those cape pieces came out in the Disney Princess like mini doll figure sets and I just never knew about it. And then this is my personal favorite too, for sure. We get Jack Skellington and Sally. Jack's accessories are the present, I think, that Sally gave him. It's an interesting piece used for the Christmas present. It's actually like a 2x2 that has a tile that can fit into an open thing. I think that's a new piece. That's gotta be a new mold. And she is holding up the burned up Christmas tree premonition from that one somewhat disturbing scene. Her prints, I think, are cooler than Jack's, even though he's got pinstripes that go all along the sides of his legs. And the only thing that I think would have worked better here is if Jack had the tall legs like Woody did from the Toy Story sets. That mold exists, and it would have made way more sense for him to have it. Now moving on to the last 2 from the series, we get the exact 2 characters that you would have wanted for The Incredibles. There is Edna and Frozone. These would have been my top 2 choice picks easily from The Incredibles, based on what we already have, of course. Edna's got a teacup, and then I believe a sort of iPad type controller. It says mode on that. Who knows? Maybe it is actually just a bag. Somebody tell me exactly what that accessory is in her hand. Great, simple looking color prints that go along the arms and legs, dual molded. Or at least it seems to be that way. And he's also standing on an interesting 4x4 tile that has maybe 2 studs in the middle that looks like a new mold. And I hope that is something that comes out later for more sets, because that's a really cool little disc. All right, officially, the 2 figs that I would love to see for Series 3 are Kuzco and Yzma from Emperor's New Groove. Let me know which figs you'd like to see for the next wave. And wow, it looks like this is going to be a longer news episode. I'm going to try to go a little bit faster. The Darth Vader bust was revealed. It's part of the 20-year anniversary. This is going to be released at the Chicago Con. And then I believe similar to how the Lego Movie 2 Brickheads figs were released as Target exclusives, this will also be released as a Target exclusive mid-April. I think April 11th. So you have to have a red card if you want to get it. It's 327 pieces, set number 75227, and it is a pretty good looking bust. We will definitely want to be getting this. From Alan Train at thebrickfan.com, there are a couple of different little rumors that with the release of Stranger Things Season 3, there might be a set to go along with it. Anyways, just rumors. The LEGO Ideas Steamboat Willie set review videos have come out, including our own. The set is going to be available April 1st. I've linked our review video if you wanted to learn more about it. And also, there was a weird box error. We actually got it, and I didn't notice it until I started reading articles, but they accidentally said that this was the 24th LEGO Ideas set, even though the Flintstone set is the 24th set from Ideas, and this is actually supposed to be the 25th. So who knows if they're going to fix that error by the 1st. And then this week, LEGO also revealed a new mobile game. It's called LEGO Tower, and it's a type of idle game. I've played an idle game in the past before, and I also did play Sim Tower. Maybe it's a combination between those 2 types of things for gameplay, but ultimately it feels like a pre-existing idle game with kind of an interesting, fun LEGO skin on top of it. I could be guessing, but anyways, it's going to be available in the summer of 2019. And then let's finish off with a LEGO Ideas set. If you don't know what LEGO Ideas is, you submit a creation in hopes of having it become an official LEGO set. This week, one set did get those 10,000 votes of support, so it's now officially moving on to the review stage. That is the Cockapoo. Sorry, I don't know if I'm saying that right. I know there's a Cockatoo parrot. Anyways, this is the Cockapoo parrot. It is from the builder Flancrest Enterprises, and it looks to be built in a primary color of lime green with accents of dark tan and also some olive green and brown. Interesting color combos, and like the kiwi, I believe this bird is only native to New Zealand. It's an interesting looking little critter. So anyways, congratulations to the builder for getting those 10,000 votes, and I'm gonna be back in front of the camera again. All right, that is it for this episode, everyone. Thanks a lot for watching. Tomorrow is top 10 mocks of the week, and then I promise I'm gonna be doing a fan mocks episode. It's probably gonna be a super long one because there are a ton of backed up emails. I really do enjoy the enthusiasm though, and all the cool projects that you guys send into us. Remember, top 10 mocks tomorrow, fan mocks definitely next week. Tons of stuff we're working on. Thanks so much for hanging out, and we'll see you next time at Brick Vault. Hey guys, just popping in really quick, letting you know that we do have a LEGO web store, www.brickvault.toys, where we sell the instructions, the PDF step-by-step instructions for some very, very high quality mocks. I highly encourage you guys to go check it out if you want to help support us here at the channel, or the designers that spend their time building some really, really amazing creations. That's www.brickvault.toys. Thanks a lot for hanging out, and we'll see you next time at Brick Vault.